Hello and namaskar, dear students. I, Enaniya, Assistant Professor from Government Law College, Ajmer, is before you people today to teach the subject of interpretation of statutes, principles of drafting, and legal language and general English. Okay, so today we'll try to learn and understand the most important topic, which is really important because it is having a wide usage and it's really popular not only amongst uh, the various academic for various academic purposes, but also it is really important from the view of competitive exams. Okay, so today we'll be doing the comprehension skills. Okay, in comprehension skill, we'll try to learn mainly about the legal essay or the essay on legal issues. Okay, it is really popular and questions are always you can always find the questions from this section in our subject. Okay, time and again the various universities exams for law have asked questions on the topic of various legal essays. Okay, essays on legal topics of legal interest have been asked time and again, not only in LLB examinations. Okay, yearly examinations, but also in various competitive exams it is having relevance, like in RJS. Okay, Rajasthan Judicial Services, if you are giving the Rajasthan State Judicial Service examination, not only in this but also in various other state judicial services examinations, it is having its relevance. So its relevance is well known to one and all. Secondly, it is really important for UPSC civil service aspirants. Okay, in that also essay writing is really important. Also in various state civil services, administrative services examinations, like for example in Rajasthan there is Rajasthan Administrative Service examination. So it is having very important implications, and it is having a wide usage and ramifications. So therefore you must try to strengthen your capacity in terms of learning legal essays or essays on legal various legal interests. Okay, to start with, we must choose the best out of the available options, because most of the times in various examinations we do witness that there are various choices given to the students in terms of opting from those available choices. It is my guidance to you people, or let's say as an elder brother or a mentor, I would suggest you people to choose that topic which with which you can connect from the heart. Okay, such kind of topic must be chosen, because if you can connect it with your own emotions, if you can connect it with the society, then I think the half of the work is done, because your pen will automatically start writing. Okay, because you will be writing through your emotions, or you will be pouring your emotions on the paper with the help of a pen. So for today, let's take a topic like let's take the topic of free legal aid to the poor people. Okay, so how to begin, how to end, and what all things should be taken care of while writing a legal essay. Just a gist of the same. An exhaustive exercise on the topic is really important, because until and unless you practice a lot on the various topics, just the instructions will not help. So that is why it is a very good suggestion from my front, that you must practice as much as possible. You must work really hard on the various topics. Okay, so what are the various parts of an essay? Okay, first is the introductory part, which must always be kept in mind, that you must introduce the topic. Okay, after introducing the topic, what is important is the main body. Okay, the main body, you can include various things which I'll be explaining to you through this example of the topic which we are going to study today. But the next important part in a legal essay is the conclusion. Okay, uh, in the form of conclusion, you must give your viewpoints as well as your important inputs and suggestions. Okay, so what is the way out must be suggested in the form of conclusion. Okay, so until unless you introduce the topic is not very clear on your part, so it reflects your clarity of thoughts and mind. Okay, so you must introduce the topic at the onset of the topic itself. Okay, you can write quotations. Very good quotations are available. So if you want to write a quotation, then write one, but don't waste so much of time in writing quotations. That is my suggestion. So whatever is the popular quotation you remember, which is in your mind, you must jot it down. Okay, so the first step is done. Then in the introduction, you must explain the basic concept. Okay, so the basic concept must be explained so that the logic of the topic can be understood or deciphered. Clear? Next is you must cite a particular law on the topic, because it is not only a simple essay. Okay, what I have witnessed most of the times is our law students just simply write essays, which is a remarkable and a very great mistake, I must say. Okay, so you must not make such kind of mistakes. Okay, you must always cite the law on the topic. Okay, you must connect it with the law, and you can analyze it in various socio-political economic dimensions, and therefore you may give suggestions. Okay, but first of all, in the main body part, you must try to connect the essay with the present law on the same. Okay, the law may be in the form of any act, or in the form of rules or regulations or Supreme Court guidelines. Okay, or whatever are the amendments, whatever is the latest thing on the topic to be discussed must be mentioned. Okay, it can even be in the form of an ordinance. Okay, so whatever ordinance it is, central or state, you must mention it also. Therefore, with the help of appropriate case laws, you must bring to the notice of the examiner the various facts involved in the case. First of all, the name of the parties must be written very clearly. Thereafter, the year of the case, okay, citation. Then you must write the issues. What were the legal issues involved in the case? For what particular purposes that case was fought? Next is if you can at all, give the argument from both the sides, it's really good. It will help you in a long term basis as well, because as a lawyer in future, you need to represent the parties, and it might be like you might not be having any choice in terms of choosing the parties. Okay, because initially you need to work a lot, and you must work a lot harder. So that's why you must be ready with your arguments and your arguments from both the party sides. So therefore you must put forward the arguments of both the parties. Thereafter, you can and you must cite the facts of the case as well. Okay, and finally, what were the principles evolved by the court? You must write it down along with the directions of the court. If quotations are there of the judges, so so far so good. Okay, and if you can write along with the names of the judges. It is the best thing I think you can do. So therefore your essay must contain all these things. Okay. So after this I would like to say that you can connect. So in the main body now, since you have earlier made an introduction to the topic, okay, then you are now on the main body of the essay. You have written the law on the topic, okay, and now you have even cited the relevant case laws along with the Supreme Court guidelines, if any, okay, or if any landmark High Court judgments which have a great relevance, you can mention the same. One important instruction which I would like to issue to my students is that do not write any fictitious case. Okay, desist from such activities. This is not done. You must be honest enough to write a case law. If you do not know a case law or any case law, then you must give suitable illustrations. So, false things must be desisted. Such activities should not be done. Howsoever, you might be prompted or tempted to do the same, you must resist. Next thing is the various uh, social things which are happening with the context of the problem and issue must be also discussed. Like, for example, if you are given a topic on farm laws, okay, to comment upon the same, the recent farm laws passed by the central government or the parliament specifically, you must give the examples, okay, recent relevant examples relating to the social conditions must also be discussed. So if now, for example, as we were discussing upon the free legal aid to the poor, so here you must cite different instances, okay, which you can connect in the society. Okay, so instances when free legal aid was required or was not given. Okay, so you must try to connect with such examples, such instances, such illustrations, okay, with which you can connect. Okay, that will be a really good thing. Okay, that will help you a lot. So recent example for the same from the society. Then you can discuss the various socio-economic and political implication and ramifications on the topic, because law is never studied in isolation from the social, economic, and political dimensions. Okay, so the topic must be discussed in various social, economic, and political dimensions as well. Thereafter, in the end, you can conclude by giving various suggestions of your own or of the Law Commission, okay, or the Human Rights Commission, or whichever body might be applicable. So, you must conclude by giving their important views and your suggestions, your valuable inputs for solving or curbing the problems in hand. So, now let's discuss our topic, that is free legal aid for the poor. Okay, so now you have to introduce the topic. Okay, so you must write the topic's heading first of all. Secondly, in the beginning itself, you can write a good quotation. Okay, so you must write a good quotation regarding the same. Thereafter, you must introduce the topic, like for example, in this topic, free legal aid for the poor, you must say that India is one of the largest democracies of the world, and the fact that the India is the second largest populous country in the whole of the world is known to one and all. Thereafter, you might mention that illiteracy and poverty, as of now, remains the biggest problem uh, which is faced by our country. Okay. Thereafter, you can establish the fact that the poverty is the main reason that denial of justice is caused to the people of our country, as well as it might happen in any other country as well. But now, since our topic pertains to our country, so you must mention accordingly, or else if the open topic is given, so you can mention about other countries situation as well. But remember, in that case, you'll have to mention the law of other countries as well. Okay. So international conventions on the same needs to be mentioned accordingly. So you can write that in the introduction itself, you can write that the preamble of our constitution promises justice to one and all. And what kind of justice is promised in our constitution's preamble? Justice, social, economic, and political. Okay. So along with that, one thing more is mentioned, that is equality of opportunity. So, opportunity must be given to one and all. So, when we talk about justice, can it be denied to the poor people? Can poverty be a major hindrance in terms of causing justice? Yes, it can be. Since uh, administration of justice requires a lot of money, since you would require to pay the court fees, and yes, of course, you need to pay for the counsel's fee, first of all legal consultant's fee, and thereafter the advocate's fee. Also, on different occasions, different dates, you will need to pay the fees, and the whole of the procedure requires a lot of money. So basically, the poor people may be denied of the justice. So what is required on the part of state is to take proper steps to ensure justice to one and all without any discrimination. And if the vulnerable classes or the poor people are not getting access to the justice, then it is for the state must act accordingly by way of suitable legislation or scheme, and to cover this lacuna, and finally to promote justice to one and all, okay, in the society, bypassing all kinds of discriminations. Okay, so equality must be achieved, as well as justice must be caused to one and all. So now the law on this topic is, you might have witnessed the 42nd Amendment Act 1976, by virtue of which Article 39A has been introduced in Part 4 of our Constitution, which pertains to the directive principles of state policy. So the Article 39A mentions that the state shall secure the state shall secure the legal system must operate in the justice the legal system must operate in such a manner that justice should be accessed by one and all. So everyone must get justice, and equal opportunity of getting this must be available to one and all. And in particular, the state shall provide free legal aid by suitable legislation or by a suitable scheme. Okay, so this is the law pertaining to the same. Though the directive principle of state policy remains unenforceable, still they are the fundamental guidelines for the government. Okay, they are the fundamental directives, such kind of principles on which the government should function. Thereafter, what remains is, you can mention a law on the same. There is the Legal Service Authority Act. Okay, so you can give a gist of the same, and you can mention the main provisions. Okay, like the central authority, the state authority, the district services authority, the state legal service authority, the national legal service authority, these can be mentioned. Okay, so the also the high court legal aid committee, as well as the supreme court legal aid committees can be mentioned, and the functions of these committee should be mentioned, because it will give you an edge over the other students. Okay, so you can mention that proper training must be imparted, okay, to the various sections of the society, and the alternative uh, resolution mechanism must be made popular, so that the people know about the availability of a simpler process and time effective and cost effective processes. Okay, so organization of lok adalats in this regard becomes altogether more important, and the effective mechanism provided by section 89 of the CPC also comes into picture, which says that the alternative dispute resolution mechanism should be made available, that is by arbitration, mediation, conciliations. The parties must be made literate accordingly. Okay, uh, the vulnerable groups, like the weaker sections of the societies, okay, the SC STs, females, children, and the minority class, the backward classes, they must be provided with ample training. The especially the non-governmental organizations working for the benefit of these people, these vulnerable classes of must be given proper funds as well as training, so that these alternative dispute resolution mechanism must be made popular to one and all. Okay, so this is the main thing. Then you can mention that equality of opportunity must be provided to one and all regarding the justice. So therefore proper funds allocation by the central as well as state governments must be ensured. Okay, thereafter time to time surveys regarding the effectiveness of the legal aid committees must be done. Okay, and you must also mention about the position of the under trial prisoners as well as the convicts, okay, who are in prison. So you can mention by regarding them also, okay, whether a free legal aid is provided to them or not, how it is ensured, what is the mechanism, can be discussed. Okay, so these are the main things which you must mention in the main body, and you can mention any Supreme Court case regarding the same as well. Okay, uh, thereafter in the conclusion part, you can mention that the way forward is to it can be your suggestions, I am giving a few. So to make best of the legal aid clinics in the various universities, colleges, and various educational institutions imparting legal education. Okay, so the central committee can make the most of them in consultation with the Bar Council of India, so as to provide justice to one and all, and these people can, by way of consultation, give proper direction to the poor people. Okay, so these are the main things which you must mention, and accordingly, I think you can write a very good essay. And at the time of conclusion, you must give proper suggestions on your part, practical suggestions. You can also criticize the law. You can say that these are the positive points and these are the negative points, these are the lacunas, and how these lacunas can be covered. So I think now it is very clear to you people, and I do suppose that you can write a very good essay on the topic of law and various legal issues revolving our society. Thank you, dear students, for listening so carefully and patiently. Have a great day ahead.